And we're live. So, good evening, everybody. Welcome back to a brand new episode of Motivation Monday. On my right, I have my tech guy, Travis, / partner. There he is. See? Say hi, Travis.
I forgot about the microphone.
Is this going to work?
Both microphones work.
Okay, so that's good. And then if I scoot over to my right, and I have my person on my left scoot in a little bit to get in frame.
Oh my God, COVID.
Right? And this is Courtney. I almost called Caitlin. I apologize.
Close enough. Just don't call me late for dinner.
I love the energy already. And somebody messed up the...
That's absolutely me. So we're just going to roll with it. Thank you for coming on.
Thank you for having me.
So again, this is Courtney.
Thank you.
And she is an inspiration to me because I met her. How do we meet? Just ran at Starbucks.
At Starbucks, and you needed me to help you order a drink with the mobile app.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't open.
Right. Because I'm in charge of this right now, and y'all can see how this is not going very well. I'm not a tech guy, so I saw her and was like, hey, help me order, please.
The only other person within like 20 meters
Yeah.
saved me so I can order a drink.
Yeah.
And then you didn't know what kind of drink because you
Yeah.
hadn't been at Starbucks.
Right.
And secretly, I've been a barista at Starbucks. So
Oh, wow.
I know a lot of things
You
about
knew.
that.
Okay.
And that's the day you didn't get cast as Starbucks.
Well, I've been to many Starbucks since then and have not gotten here Starbucks once. So thanks for pointing that out, sir.
Wow.
When your wife listens to this later, she'll thank me.
So yeah, so that's how we met, and then upon conversation, realized that you are an inspiring computer programmer, cybersecurity.
Yeah.
Nailed it, and all doing this online
Mm-hmm.
during
Nowadays,
COVID.
thanks to COVID.
And while being at home.
Mm-hmm.
Not only are you going to school,
Yeah.
you are attending to your 2 children.
Yes. Yeah.
And I just find that very inspiring because, not to be creepy or anything, but you remind me of my mom.
Aww.
She is very much so like going
She's
to
total
school, doing a job thing, doing a parent
Awesome.
thing, and yeah,
You
so.
got it nowadays.
Yeah, I know,
You
right?
gotta hustle, right?
Exactly. So we shall start off our podcast with a quote of the day, and I feel like it will ring true to a lot of you out there. Go ahead, Travis.
Motherhood is the greatest thing and the hardest thing. Ricki Lake.
Very nice.
I didn't fumble that time.
That's great. That's a good job. Like, see,
Slow
progress. Slow clap.
It was the beer.
For anyone out there, root beer is what he's drinking.
Yes, Sleeman root beer.
So I actually put this quote on because, Courtney, you picked it out.
Yeah, absolutely. I totally feel with that one. Motherhood is the greatest thing and the hardest thing I've ever done, for sure. It completely changes you as a person. It changes your perspective, changes what's important, and it really it makes me a better person. It makes me a more tired person. But yeah,
Something
it's
I have to
worthwhile.
look forward to.
Oh yes, you will learn.
I'm excited though, for sure. But no, having 2 would be like insane. I don't even know how we would.
You
about
just
that.
would.
Yeah,
Like
just
same as if
have
you
to.
start with a puppy and
Yeah.
then you learn
Mhm.
and then you get a kid and you're like, oh God. And
Yeah.
then you get 2 kids. And,
And
then
then you
after that
learn-
it's kinda
yeah.
like, oh, now we have 6 and it's alright. You just kinda get over the hump and you're good.
Okay. Well,
I stop at 3.
stop at 3.
Personally, I would say stop when you run out of hands. So I have 2 hands, therefore I have 2 children.
There you go.
I've got a secret hand.
Math.
We won't go into that.
Let me collect my thoughts.
We got something
here.
about seals.
Yes.
And I won't make that joke again, I promise. The seal one.
That's a great picture of a seal though.
Yes.
Okay.
You
so-
know the mic was close enough that everybody heard.
That's why I whispered. To make it sound like I kind of knew what I was doing, but at the same time not.
Alright,
So,
alright.
okay. So, our first good news story of the day comes from a decade-long friendship between a fisherman and a blind seal.
Can I say it?
No. Save it for the joke of the day.
Okay.
But yeah, this is very inspiring because we have Nicholas Lewis first met Shauna, the seal, in 2010 when she was just a pup.
It was love at first sight.
It was.
You know, girls, we just like guys that feed us.
Why don't they ever know what they want?
We just want you to feed you. We don't want to think about it. Like, just feed us.
I always buy extra fries.
Smart.
And maybe some onion rings, just in case.
Yeah. I'm always like, no, I just want 2 large fries.
Yeah, just...
And in reality, I'm like, got you covered.
Good man.
So yeah, so the seal spends her afternoon with Nicholas, and they just float around all day. Hey, look, he's a dad of 4.
Aw, see, he understands. the
Is he a
feeding
single
thing.
dad?
It does not say.
And his seal friend?
Is it help?
I don't think we'd go
Claps
a single
a lot,
morning
I'm
without her
guessing.
coming and say hello. Oh, so it's been every day for 10 years.
That's insane.
Could you imagine having a friendship like that?
A 10-year-long friendship?
10-year-long friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Maybe not with the seal, but like in general, I
Yeah.
could be friends for 10 years.
Oh, for sure.
Especially if I'm feeding them every morning. I think they would hang around.
Yeah, you
Probably,
think so, right?
yeah. That's why she's staying with me. I cook.
Brings us back to the beginning. Girls like guys that feed us.
Did not work. What am I doing?
Do you need help?
Yes. I'm trying to drag this over here so people can see it, but it's not.
There we go.
I totally tried that. Okay, so
Did you though?
probably not correctly. No, for sure. So new development in clean energy,
Oh, I like this.
right? Making real progress in climate crisis. So this is fun, and as per usual, we never read these
Oh, okay.
freehand,
Okay.
so we're always like stumbling our way through.
All right.
Something to do with taking solar energy, for example. Many casual news readers may not know that scientists and engineers have improved solar energy technology so much, I say again, so much,
Wow, that's a much.
that new cells are now cheaper than analysts could ever have anticipated.
Wow.
But do they work?
Let's find out. Is there anything in here that
Did they
says
do
it
what
worked?
Microsoft did and got rid of all their beta testers? They can be transparent.
That's pretty cool.
There we go.
Sounds like
you
this.
want to make the invisible plane?
I was gonna say the
Yeah.
solar industry seems to be very transparent these days.
Nice. I would give you a high five, but you know,
Nicely done.
COVID. So, congratulations to everyone working on this. This is pretty awesome. And let's go to our final news story, which is. Let me see if I can do this properly.
Nice. You just be confident. Drag it.
No, didn't work.
Drag it to the other monitor.
Didn't work.
Okay, be aggressive. There, almost.
What?
There
There we
you
go. I got this.
Good job.
So, a record-setting organ donation year in the U.S. in 2019, and then transplant rate in 2020 stays strong.
That's good.
I mean, a lot of people are more open to organ donations. I feel like that's positive, saving lives.
If I'm dead, do I really need them?
Is there
Probably.
anything to do with like reasons because perhaps more people are dying of COVID and therefore there's more organs available?
Because a lot of organs do go to waste.
Well, I'm just
Yeah.
saying that there might just be more supply. But I don't know. I don't pay attention to the news too much.
Oh, more people are registering?
I would like to think that's it.
Yeah, I
Versus
feel like
the
yeah,
other thing. Yeah.
like, just in case, because
Are any of you guys?
It also
or donors?
says
I am.
register.
I'm a donor.
Are you? Congratulations.
Thank you. Donor, blood, organs, you can have it all. I feel like one day a child will have my eye.
Oh, I'm just hoping
Well,
I'm feeding
hoping it has both of
vampires.
them and it's like the rest of it's your wife.
I mean, yeah, that's true.
You know. Usually you
Right.
want like your child to have the best parts of you. Like I have atrocious eyesight. But I
Okay.
have pretty good teeth.
Right.
So I'm really hoping my kids don't get like the backwards part.
Right. Yeah. Just like
They get the teeth, but not the eyes.
They get
Yeah.
the good parts and leave the really shitty parts.
I just realized something from this.
What's that?
Totally off topic is per normal.
Of course.
I think Alicia planned this. We're the same blood type.
You and I?
No, her and I.
Oh.
That definitely feels like a smart move.
Yeah, on her part, because I'm the clumsy one, right?
But like, did you put that in your dating profile, or like, how?
No, we
easily
met at a
accessible?
bar 6 years ago.
Oh.
In Scotland.
No, not in Scotland.
Oh, it was here?
No, it was in New Minas.
Oh. Pardon me.
That sounds like a fun story.
She was visiting family.
Cute.
Apparently, how she tells it is, she planned it before I did.
That's
See,
usually
I
how
thought
it
I
works.
was smooth, and I like asked for a better tattoo and showed interest. No, she was interested before that.
Usually, if you've even gotten that far, she probably has already
If
decided
anybody-
if she's
like-
into you or not.
I like to think I have game. I don't. But I tell myself I do.
Well, it's what you think of you is what's important.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
And that's what you might want to like switch back to the
Ah.
other view before you show
Probably.
everybody the notes.
Of course. No. There we go. Yeah. There we go.
All right. Well, I
There
feel
we
much
go.
better about my tech skills.
Yes. And hopefully you feel more comfortable as well, because we just like killed what, I don't know, a few minutes.
12 minutes.
I'm pretty good at just like.
Yeah, I noticed that. And
Going
normally
there.
I'm in that seat, and then Travis is here doing all the techie stuff, and it kind of throws me off. But the more you push yourself out of that comfort zone, the more you get.
This is true.
Growth.
And we're the only things holding ourselves back.
Exactly.
Exactly.
So now you've branched out, and now you're getting a little bit better.
A little bit.
Practice
gonna-
makes perfect, man.
Put that away before anything else happens.
I'm looking at flips up.
So yes, so the reason why
I
I
built
had you
that.
here,
Mm-hmm.
I invited you, just to talk about what gets you up in the morning. You have two beautiful children, and I'm sure they kick and scream and pull your hair to get you out of bed. But other than that,
Pretty close, yeah.
what makes you not want to hit that snooze button? What makes you want to get up?
Like you're right. Absolutely, having children means like you have to get up.
Yeah.
There is no not getting up,
Yeah.
and it's just realizing how important it is that I have to do this to be a good mom, and that I am responsible for me being in a good mood and taking care of myself, so that I can take care of them. And realizing how important it is to take care of myself is huge. Like, you don't know what mental health is until you don't have any.
Right.
And once you don't have any, it is really hard to get out of that bottom and get back on top. So it's really important to keep that as a number one focus. Like, you can't put on your own oxygen mask, or if you haven't put on, you can't put on their oxygen mask if you haven't put on your own.
Right.
And that's something I really took a long time to learn. So yeah, like, it's one of those things that I want to be a better person, and I want to have a life I don't want to escape from. Like, a lot of people say, what's your perfect day? Oh, I want to like be on a beach, and I want to go shopping, and I want to like, that's not my perfect day. Like, my perfect day is where I'm happy and I like have a great work-life balance, and it's something that it's achievable. Like, I want to wake up, have a great morning, you know, get my kids off to school or whatever, continue just to have a good day right to the end, and I don't need to go and travel or do anything that's going to make a good day other than be happy. So me realizing what makes me happy and making it achievable is huge. For example, like, going back to school was one of those things I need to do in order to have either just a little bit of a better job, or even a better the way I feel about myself. So yeah, for example, I had a really good job I loved in Edmonton before I moved to this area. And then for me to get another job was a bit of a hump. So I was working at a local coffee shop, and my daughter was like so happy. She was like, "Mom, when I grow up, I want to work with you at the coffee shop." And I was like, "Oh, Mommy needs to get a new job." So like, that's kind of one of those things that pushes you to do better and be like, you know what, like, it's hard right now and it sucks right now, but one of these days I want my kids to be really proud of who I am and what I've done and what I've become, so they push themselves to do better.
Right.
So yeah.
I think that's what any parent could strive to become, really.
Absolutely, right?
Just want to make a better world for your children, and hopefully they grow up to emulate that and pass on that knowledge to their children. And
For sure.
hopefully the world gets a little better after each mom grows their children.
Moms are awesome.
Moms
Like,
are awesome.
single moms are so awesome, and like just women in general. I have met so many strong and smart, like amazing women in the last couple years. I can't even wrap my head around it. And people that bring you up in the world instead of bring you down, or even just like are mediocre. Like, they won't help you get anywhere. But people that inspire you are like, hey, how'd you do on that? Or you can do better. Or do you want to try this new thing with me? Or they talk about things that are interesting. Like, it brings you up in the world and makes you think differently. So honestly, having a bunch of people in your back, or at least that you can talk to, makes a big difference. And oh no, it's just another day and everything sucks and the world sucks. Or like, hey, like that was interesting. Or like, today was great. So another thing to always think about is like, who are you hanging out with, and who are you talking to?
Right. We're gonna have to be mindful about that, because on the podcast we talked about a few times toxic relationships, toxic people always bringing you down, and sometimes it's hard to get out of those situations. But once you do, and you find yourself in a better group that will constantly push you to become better, I feel like you as a whole become better, and then you can spread that onto other people as well.
Absolutely.
So the circle that you're in is really important, and it's just you being as, like, you don't have a title as a single mom. You are who you are. You're a strong, independent woman who has children, and you really want to make that a forefront in your attitude. That way you can go out to other people and be like, hey, this is what I have to offer. Either follow me or don't. And if you do, you're going to see some inspiring stuff.
Yeah, and it's sink or swim, honestly. Like I said, with most people, either you lie down and die, or you just keep going and you go harder and harder. And that's not to say that you have to be single. Obviously, it's like a lot of people that are just driven, right? You need to be driven and know that it's up to you to make a difference in your life and everyone else's life. Some of the best advice my dad's ever given me, even though he hates that, because he's given me a lot of advice, is that I wouldn't always be little and cute. And so it's realizing that it's my responsibility to take my life into my own hands and do well with it as much as I can, and not to expect someone else to be like, oh, you want a better job? Here you go.
Yeah, right.
Or, oh, you want, like, X amount of money a year, or you want this. Like, you have to work for it yourself, and it doesn't matter, like, what your job is or what your living situation is just realizing it's our responsibility to take control of that.
For sure.
Are you living or just waiting to die?
And that's a big thing, is like being alive and living are two different things. And just running with, like, okay, like, if today was my last day, would I be happy about how I'm doing things?
But you also got to build for tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, right now it does not feel great with me doing, like, depends on the mindset I'm in, but it doesn't feel great being in school all the time and having homework and being stressed out about stuff. But at the same time, for me, it's actually fabulous. The fact that I'm doing online school from home right now and not having to work is like a blessing. So again, it's state of mind if I'm feeling down about it or if I'm feeling good about it.
For sure. And you have a lot on your plate already. You got school, children to look after. Somehow you wake yourself up in the morning, just kind of get that motivation. But what is it that you look forward to most in that messy plate of a day? What's the most...
That's a good question. I like bedtime.
Bedtime?
Bedtime is
Bedtime's great.
I don't really do a lot. I mean, I do the photography once in a while. So I wouldn't say I have a lot of hobbies. I don't watch TV.
You saved my life with those photos.
Oh, thank you.
I was struggling until I got them.
Okay.
Like,
I'm happy to help. But yeah, I don't really have a lot that I would say that I do in the way of other things, but it's just getting satisfaction from like a relatively good job well done. There isn't a lot of reward I find in parenting. It's such a long haul game. It's those little steps, like it feels like the laundry's never done, the dishes are never done. There isn't a lot of reward in that. So when I do get a little bit of reward, and hey, like my daughter just did this on her own, like I really gotta celebrate that.
Yeah,
like,
for
yes.
I I could eat chocolate cake.
Yeah. Or, you know, when I do get a win from school or I do get a win from somewhere else and just, like, celebrate that. Like, yes, I know this is a little thing, but this is awesome, and that means there's going to be a better thing down the road.
It's the little things that make life worth living.
Exactly.
It is. It really is.
Little things
especially in, like, this year and this time frame, like, where you can't take your trip, or you can't do this, or you can't have a bunch of people over for a party, or trying to find validation in new ways. We gotta celebrate that cup of coffee on the front porch.
For sure.
When you get to programming, you will understand it is the little things.
I know a little bit of what that, and I'm very afraid. I'm very, very afraid. I'm not sure if I want to
literally
touch that
spent 6
before.
hours looking for a missing semicolon once.
Oh, God.
The worst part was one of my friends deleted the semicolon when I went to make a coffee.
That's a joke?
Yeah.
Oh.
But he didn't realize that it was like a big project. I had a deadline, so I'm like sitting there. I'm not sleeping tonight until I figure out what's going on.
I feel for you. Like, I have little things. It's nothing like that that bother me. It's like endless troubleshooting. And I feel like the one thing I've learned a lot with my school this year is just like how to be patient and how to be like, okay, I've made a small amount of progress, but it's progress, so I will take it.
There's so many variables when it comes to troubleshooting, and a lot of the time it's the end user.
You're right. The humans are the problem.
Yeah.
And that could go for so many things.
That's like literally life.
I'm over here sitting quietly because I don't know what they're talking about. But, so...
No, we were talking about toxic people.
Oh, of course. Yes. The toxic world.
Yeah.
But those little sparkles of light come to your life. And
Exactly.
The world just needs more love and
Exactly.
understanding.
And maybe some more fishermen who can make...
Friends with seals and go clubbing with them.
You did it.
Nice.
I was waiting for it. I was waiting so long.
I could handle a world with more fishermen.
Yeah. And we shall end the podcast. Well, I guess you already did.
I did enough dad
joke.
jokes.
You did enough?
Words of wisdom.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
From you.
For me?
When you really don't want to wake up in the morning.
When I really don't want to wake up in the morning, and trust me, this happens a lot.
Me, I just sort of fall out of the bed. I'm like, I'm on a hard floor now. I have to get up.
Yeah, gravity does help a lot with that.
But I feel like that's not the best advice.
I'd have to say that having something to look forward to, like whether it's your 20-minute workout in the morning or your 20 minutes of self-care. Like with me, either the house looks good, I look good, the kids are parented well, the homework is done. That's never like all of them. It's maybe 2 to 4.
Yeah.
So sometimes we're like, okay, today's the day. Like Mama's gonna get some self-love, and I'm gonna look good. Or the next day, maybe it's like, okay, like I could use a workout today. Or maybe it's like I'm gonna go eat the rest of the pie that's in the fridge.
Of course.
Like you just choose your.
Coconut cream, right?
No.
It's too rich.
Wow. Are we gonna have an argument?
I'm not really big into coconut. But anything else.
Okay.
Like if you put chocolate on anything, I'm.
What about a rhubarb pie?
I'll take that. Something like just those little wins, you know, and taking care of yourself and finding the light in the tunnel.
Pineapple on pizza?
Always good.
Yes! Score one.
But I
for
like
me.
most food. Like especially if
sure.
someone else makes you food, I'm never gonna play with
Of
it.
course,
I will
yeah.
eat anything. I will eat the coconut cream pie.
Wow, that's...
Food is love,
I
right?
mean, yeah,
Come
it's
on.
true. It is
It's
true.
so good.
Well, thank you so much for being on here.
Thanks for having me.
Congratulations on everything successful so far in your life.
Still no COVID.
Still no COVID, so I mean, that's good, right?
Mm-hmm.
So thank you so much for being on here, and I hope you well, and
Thank you.
stay safe, keep your kids safe, and we'll talk soon.
Sounds good.
Sounds good?
Do you know where the stop button is? It says stop.